Welcome to the channel. My name is Will. So today I want to show you guys how I clean my interior, and just a very simple way without all the extra complicated methods. Cleaning your interior doesn't need to be complicated, like all the videos we've seen with bubbles everywhere and all the suds. And after everything's cleaned up, I'm also gonna do an interior ceramic coating on all the interior surfaces. So that'll be coming up for the next video. Let's get to it. So the easiest way to clean your interior is actually just rinseless wash in a rag. So I'm gonna have this rag in here, a bucket of rinseless wash, get it nice and soaked, and I'm gonna wring it out. So the trick is just to have a rinseless dampened towel. So bring it out to a point where it's damp and there's no dripping at all. So when you wipe with it, it's not gonna leave the surface super wet. Now if you have spots in your interior that's just so dirty and rinseless wash is not cutting it, then I will move over to all clean, diluted 1 to 30. And this, with a little scrub pad, or even a rag will do fine too, or a brush. So this will be a stronger cleaner, but I wouldn't do this every time or use this too often, because most of the time, if you do your upkeep in your interior, all you'll ever need is just this, unless your kid vomits. The process of cleaning is as easy as taking a rinseless dampened towel and just wipe down your surfaces. It's even better if you can take a dry rag and wipe behind the rinseless dampened towel and pick up the extra moisture. That way you can immediately see how clean the surface is. Some people asked about how to safely remove these marks on the bottom door plastic panels. Rinseless wash will also take care of it. Your steering wheel is always going to be the dirtiest part of your interior. Since it receives the most traffic and contact, it collects a lot of dirt, and the oils from your hands, it will get trapped in the leather. So whenever you're doing interior cleaning, make sure you pay extra attention to your steering wheel. You'll find that you can actually pull out a lot of dirt and grease from your steering wheel. The dash is definitely where the most dust will collect, but it's also the easiest spot to clean. The A-pillar might be a cloth material, but you can still use your rinseless dampened towel to clean it, as long as it's not completely soaked, because you definitely don't want to get it too wet. So a lot of the times, here, you can actually take out the door cup little cover, just like that. So this you can clean outside of the car. So we're gonna take that out with your towel that's rinseless dampened. Come in here and wipe everything up. So here I'm using all clean diluted 30 to 1 since it's a little more soiled. And you can agitate it with either a microfiber towel or a scrub pad like this. All clean is useful when there's heavier soiling or there's stubborn stains that won't come out with rinseless wash. And you might wonder why not just use all clean all the time. That's because we don't want to use chemicals that are more aggressive than it has to be. This will help avoid damaging things as much as possible. Constantly using these stronger chemicals on these interior parts can cause premature degradation. That's why we always want to start with the least aggressive cleaning method first. Definitely be very careful with these gloss black plastics, as they can scratch very easily. So definitely keep your towel folded, that way it's thicker, and don't apply too much pressure. Rinseless can also go on an infotainment screen. It is 100% safe. For the instrument cluster, I would recommend touching it as little as possible, since it is the single most easily scratched part in the whole interior. If you're gonna clean it, make sure your microfiber is dampened in some kind of lubricant, and in this case, Rinseless will definitely work. Fold your towel so it's thick, and don't apply too much pressure on it, or as little pressure as possible. The vents can often collect a lot of dust, so make sure you go in there with your finger as well. The most important parts of a door to clean is actually the window switches and the door handle, so make sure you pay extra attention to those. The Rinseless towel will also work on the seats, even on ones that have the micro suede / Alcantara like mine. Again, you don't want your towel to be too wet, and you want to scrub the suede material in all 4 directions, so the little fibers can be cleaned on every direction. If your seats are perforated like these, then some kind of toothpick or sharp tweezers will definitely work great, because things will always get stuck in these perforations. And you don't necessarily need to pick them out one by one. Sometimes you can just poke into the hole to push things and clear out the holes. It will look a lot better after that. Sometimes you'll find these white spots in black interiors, and they're very hard to remove. These are actually dried up sunscreen from someone's skin that gets rubbed onto the leather. So here I have to use All Clean to break that down and scrub it away. It also works on the fabric of your headliner, so you can spot treat whatever marks you have there, but again, make sure your towel is not too saturated, because you do not want these headliners wet. After all the interior surfaces are cleaned, we have glass left. Now, the side windows are easy. The hard part is the windshield, because it's pretty steep, so you'll have to reach pretty far to get all the corners, especially if you don't have very long arms. So I have this tool, this little extender, and it's got this little microfiber glove around it. So what I will do is I actually won't use Rinseless to clean the glass right here. What I will use is a dedicated glass cleaner. Now this is readily available in all big box stores. This is just a turtle wax one. Simply spray on here. Don't spray onto the glass, so we don't cause any overspray. Then, what we do is just take this and start rubbing it. Just like that. Now, the nice thing about this tool is that it can reach all the corners. Initially, when you have a lot of liquids on your microfiber, it's gonna leave streaks like this. So what I would do is I'll just come back around and give it a couple more swipes to get rid of all of the streaks. Then it should be pretty streakless. So even from here, I can reach all the way to the passenger side. Just like this. And it allows me to reach all the way to that corner. For the side windows, I'm using this waffle weave microfiber to help avoid streaks. And here's an attention to detail trick on these windows, is to roll your windows down a little. And you can see there's always that line of dirt and grime collected there. So if you roll it down, then you get to clean that off as well. So there you guys go. Cleaning your interior is pretty easy, and if you do this enough, often if you see a spot that you can just grab this and just spot clean it, and that will keep your interior cleaner in the long run. And when you do need to deep clean it, it becomes very easy because you have done the maintenance and keeping it clean to not let dirt and other residue is staying into your interior. This has been helpful and informative, and I've shown you guys how easy it is to keep your interior clean and a very simple and easy way to deep clean your interior. You absolutely do not need a bunch of different chemicals to get a good result. Rinseless wash can easily do the job, and with the help of some APC as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.